Solo raiding is not easy. You're gonna get countered, die mid-raid, or just flat out run out of explosives. But I'm here to make it a little easier. We'll go over the best solo raiding strategies to make sure your next raid is successful. Hey guys, Jfarr here and let's get started. The server you play on is the biggest decision you'll make or wipe. If you're solo, I highly recommend joining a solo only server, or at most a solo duo trio one. These enforce group limits, meaning you won't constantly be overrun by zergs. Modded servers can also be great for solo players. Faster gather rates mean less time farming and more time raiding. The second the first explosive goes off, everyone nearby hears it. I have a complete sound guide if you'd like to learn how far each explosive sound travels, but let me tell you, it's far. In a group, you've got backup to cover you, but as a solo, you're likely outnumbered before you even make it through to the loot. That's why you need to focus on two things: speed or stealth. If you can't be fast, be stealthy. Your main goal is the TC. Get to it, place a door and secure the loot. You won't have enough inventory space to haul everything in one go, so focus on controlling the base, not looting it right away. However, I do suggest as a solo always taking a bag with you, as this helps you with hauling all the loot to a safe location. If you need to leave to dump the loot and can't block off the base, bring a few small stashes. Run just outside the base, drop them in a hidden spot and stuff them with the best loot. Even if you die, you've saved the most valuable items and can come back later for the rest. I would suggest before ever raiding a base, scout it out first. Head over as a naked and check the activity around the area. You could even come over with an Eoka pistol and fire off some shots, and watch if any groups come by. If the coast is clear, you're all good to raid. As a solo, it's no longer all about raiding efficiency. Spending a little extra sulfur to get through quicker can drastically increase your chances of walking away with the loot. For this extra sulfur, you can pick yourself up a jackhammer from the outpost, travelling vendor, or smaller traders hidden in the woods, so you can speed up your farming. If you die in a group, your mates can grab your gear. As a solo, your body is just free loot, so prep for that. Scatter sleeping bags around the raid zone and stash some backup kits nearby. Before we continue, let's jump into this video's sponsor. This video is sponsored by War Thunder. War Thunder is the most comprehensive vehicle combat game ever made, and it's available now for free on PC, PlayStation, Xbox and mobile. You get to command over 2,500 meticulously created tanks, planes, helicopters and ships from 10 major nations, covering everything from 1920s biplanes right up to modern fighter jets and main battle tanks. What makes War Thunder so immersive is the realistic combat. Forget simple health bars, every vehicle has individual components like engines, fuel tanks and crew. Where you hit matters, and honestly, seeing your shot penetrate and take out an enemy with the X-ray kill cam is incredibly satisfying. It's all brought to life with realistic graphics and authentic sound effects. Personally, I love the sheer variety. One match you're driving into a chaotic dogfight, the next you're setting up a tactical tank ambush. It always feels fresh, plus with game modes for every style, from fast-paced arcade to intense simulator. And a new mobile version. You can jump in however and wherever you like. It's also heavily optimized to run smoothly even if you don't have a high-end PC. Join a worldwide community of over 70 million players in epic PvP battles. With a constant stream of high quality content, there's always something new to discover, especially if you're a fan of military history. So check out War Thunder for free using my link in the pinned comment or video description. New and returning players on PC or console who haven't played in the last 6 months will get a massive bonus pack. This includes multiple premium vehicles, the exclusive Eagle of Valor, Vehicle Decorator, 100,000 Silver Lions, and 7 days of premium account. This awesome bonus is available for a limited time only, so grab it while you can. We have the choice between raiding silently versus quickly, which usually means it's going to be loud. To compare the tools, I rated a typical honeycomb stone base you might find in game, featuring at least 3 sheet metal doors to get in. The start time is when the first bit of damage is dealt to the building. Here's the speed of each of these tools to get through the 3 sheet metal doors to reach the loot. And here's the time it takes when going through 2 stone walls. If we instead compare the sound level for each of these tools, we can see the ballista takes the crown for if you're wanting to stay quiet. If instead we need to get through a wooden door or wall, the best tools to use is now the Molotov, fire arrows, or flamethrower, as these are fast and quiet. Avoid using the Eoka pistol as this takes ages and can be heard by everyone. However, sometimes you want to raid a base but only have satchels. Satchels break every rule, they're loud and unpredictable. I like to find a nice spot and place all the satchels down as quick as possible. You may risk getting blown up by standing too close to the door when placing them all down. But if you go too slowly, counter raiders will already be at the base before you even get in. To save yourself some explosives, you can door camp the enemy if they're online. When they open the door to come outside, take them out. This saves you from having to blow up this door or any doors left open. If you planned on raiding them anyway, going deep is a safe bet. Even if they close the door behind you, they've essentially protected you from counter raiders. Just continue the raid, and when you want to leave, either soft side through the wall or let the base decay. When firing Explo ammo, using a silencer doesn't actually stop the explosive sound, compared to not using one. It only silences the gunshot instead of the explosive. This might help mask the weapon you're using to raid, but don't think it's going to stop people from hearing you. The new primitive raiding tools have changed the game, especially for solos. Believe it or not, the ballista is now the quietest way to raid a sheet metal door. Here's the strat. Grab a horse and mount a ballista. You can now ride off to your target. Using the hammerhead bolts, you now have a mobile, silent sheet metal door raiding rig. Even if there's more doors behind the first one and you need to start using explosives, you've got a huge head start before anyone realizes what's happened. The armoured camper van is a solo raider's dream. The camper comes with built-in storage, a barbecue, lockers, and 2 beds. So park it right outside the raid, so you can spawn back in if you die. You'll want to install a code lock on it to stop players from driving off with it. Unfortunately, enemies can still push it away even if it's locked. Bases come in all shapes and sizes, but as a solo you need to manage expectations. I'm not going to sit here and say you can't raid the big scary base, but just be ready to run out of resources, get caught in a trap, or take way too long and now face a large group of counter raiders. At a minimum, expect every base to take at least 2 doors to get through, typically being sheet metal doors. Always take more raid items with you than you would expect. When in a group, if you run out of explosives, a few of you can hold down the base while the other goes and collects more. As a solo, the second you leave the raid site, you've essentially allowed everyone else to now swoop in. My rule is to always take around 50% more explosives than you think you'll need. This at least scales well with the size of the base, making sure you have enough if the homeowners decide to layer up or upgrade a door. If you're taking on anything more than a wooden shack or a small 2x2, a raid base is recommended. This gives you a safe place to dump loot, re-gear, or bail if things get dicey. It doesn't need to be big, but potentially having something with a window room could be a great way to fend off counter raiders if they do come. No one likes to be offline raided, and we've all had it done to us at least once, or twice, or 3 times, or almost every time. However, I can understand why solos who aren't the best at PvP may choose to do so. It may be their only opportunity to do a raid without being demolished from the homeowners. In my eyes, if your base could be offline raided by a solo player, it's your fault for not having enough defense. Huge thanks again to War Thunder for sponsoring this video. I just wanted to remind you that you can play War Thunder for free right now on PC, PlayStation, Xbox or mobile using my links in the pinned comment or video description. New and returning players on PC and consoles who haven't played in the last 6 months also get a massive bonus pack, including multiple premium vehicles, 100,000 silver lions, 7 days of premium, and the elusive Eagle of Valor decorator. It's only available for a limited time, so don't miss out. And that's it. Thanks guys for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one.